Hi there. My name is Ben Keat, and I'd just like to do an update on the IPVxyZ configuration, what we feel we're able to do, and the potential of what we can actually achieve with the IPVxyZ system. Um, there are various opportunities nowadays in the NASA space programs, and certainly in SpaceX and everything else, where configuration will be possible to bring about change by implementing a group of ranges to a direct console, say on the ISS or on a craft bound for Mars or for the Moon or wherever it may be at the juncture we're dealing with the process. And it is possible to fault find and analyze incrementally as a craft progresses on its journey, say, towards the moon or towards Mars. So that, if you like, the life support systems of that craft itself, not necessarily the human life support systems, I'm talking about essential fault finding, I suppose, would be able to be continually put in process as these craft leave the Earth's atmosphere and head for their new destination, whether they're unmanned or manned, at the juncture we're actually talking about. This is an essential service. This service is possible to supply without having too much human contact on Earth. Obviously, there'll be the whole system at Houston and the whole backup system on Earth. That's essential. That will be part of the whole process, and I have no doubt that will continue forever and ever as the space programs progress and as NASA gets bigger and bigger and more potential happens with all of these space programs in conjunction with opportunities involved with the ISS and future missions to Mars and the Moon and everywhere else across the whole solar system. But as a backup, you can either use it as a backup or you can use it as the primary system that will watch over the craft and all its life support systems, all its vital functions as it ventures into unknown territory. Um, and the fault finding system will be able to analyze information as and when things change in the status of the situation the craft finds itself in, or as and when the systems reach a level of space that's far enough away from our planet to be at risk from losing contact or having I suppose an astral phenomena happen to the craft that causes the reality, the connection to the communication system to be a minor blip. And we say going around the other side of a planet that's far away from us, we may lose contact because there are not many satellites around that planet to begin with, or something like that. We would also be able to keep this operational while these processes happened, giving us the opportunity also to continue configuring communications technology to the craft, even if it's dealing with a planet that is behind another planet or behind on the dark side of the moon or somewhere where we can get no satellites. Or I'm talking like a planet or a moon that's quite a long way away. So we'll be able to keep the communications going and also give us the opportunity to access areas on that planet that possibly would be able to be accessed, but may cause a communications blip or a downtime in our communications connection to the craft. So this is also an important opportunity. But not only would the system fault find and evaluate the life support systems of the craft, the vital functions of the craft, we'd also be able to pass automatic information through the Christian AI technology, the Chi technology that we are using and implementing. So the idea of Chi is basically to put a human in charge above the system, rather than have humans creating a system that escalates wildly and does things in an autonomous way. There'll always be a human in charge of the system, or humans in charge of the system here on Earth, and also on board the craft. But the system would be such that the fault-finding system would flag up information that may need to be repaired quickly, and without taking the rug from under our feet, as it were, we'd be able to get a human who would ask the system literally through the communications ether to configure a resolution to this problem, a resolution to the problem, and to bind to the communications ether solutions through the Chi-assisted regeneration of the failed system, say on the craft that needed urgently to be brought back online. Potentially, we could do this for anything electrical, systemic, or even something to do with engine failure or anything, any possible future risks that may be seen to be occurring without knowledge of, without Houston actually having, or the Earth, or having knowledge of this future problem happening. We would be able to see the problems as they started to come before they came, so that we could take evasive action. So that simultaneously, as the problem occurred, there would be a resolution to make sure that, say, in the worst case scenario, the rocket didn't blow up, say at a certain level in its leaving or rejoining a different system's atmosphere, or leaving the Earth's atmosphere or rejoining a different planet's atmosphere. So there's a lot of potential of what can be achieved with the Chi and network and the K-mod communications network and the IPVxyZ system. And you know, as things start to progress, as there are more and more rockets going up in space, I'm working, I'm moonlighting at the moment to just oversee a few things, as an enthusiastic amateur, if you like, on the system, to make sure to trial my system and to prove that it's a system that is viable for the future, and can work in tandem and not in competition with what is going on at NASA already, to enhance the systems of the global space programs and to bring about a safer reality for our astronauts as we seek to fare to wider fields such as Mars and beyond. Okay, have a good day. Speak to you in the next video.